Hello, I'm Dr. Gareth Moore and welcome to my Day 5 solve of this, the exit of the game advent calendar, the Intergalactic Race. And we'll start today by having a look at the storybook. Okay, so you figured out the right direction, but that doesn't solve the problem that the other teams are way ahead of you. You wonder if there's a shortcut you could use. You would have to ask local people about this. Claus, you called to your pilot in the cockpit, who is now eating Tom's potato salad, head to the planet over there. I want to ask the residents if they know a shortcut. A little later you land on a very barren planet. Sand and rocks as far as the eye can see. Suddenly you spot little green figures waving happily at you. Funny, you think to yourself. On Earth people always talk about little green men in space. They actually seem to exist here. But wait, there are also yellow ones, and red ones, and purple ones. Wow, there are loads of them. They stream towards the spaceship making strange sounds. This is a language you've never heard before. This planet is called Murmilor, says Claus. Do you speak Murmilorian? Oh, no, me neither. If you want to talk to them, you'll have to learn their language first. Right, turn the page, open door 5, behind which you will find a riddle card, E1. And it shows a picture here of somebody looking in between two exit, possibly doors, maybe, or two thins that are perhaps aligned. And before I turn the page, I will say I noticed one other thing. A normal advent calendar door says at the top, carefully tear out the calendar before reading. But this one today says something else. It says, it is best not to tear out the calendar page before reading. Anyone reading this has a clear advantage. So it's either a clue that I should look behind here, or it's suggesting we're looking through something. I mean, if I look directly behind there, just pull that out. Yeah, it just says carefully tear out the calendar sheet before reading. That's tomorrow's puzzle, I think. So I won't look at that, but I will turn this over and have a look at today's. Oh, that's interesting. So what have we got here? We have, well, clearly a green alien, black alien, blue alien, red alien, white alien, yellow alien, purple alien. And they're standing on top of things. And are they all doing different poses? No, but they have perhaps got different finger combinations up. A long finger and a thumb and 3 spiky fingers. So maybe this is relevant. Anyway, I think the thing to do now is look in the door on the calendar. So, day 5 is all the way down here at the bottom right. So, let's go ahead and open it. A riddle card. We're expecting one riddle card, and there's an alien landscape in here. We'll have a closer look at that in a moment. And some stars on the back of the doors. I've got no idea what's on the back of the other doors we've opened. Ooh, well, on the face of it, that doesn't... Oh, I think maybe this looks like authorize. No, well, I'd see the T-H-R-I-E. Maybe every other letter is modified. Anyway, Aston Ziguriu says the one. There's clearly no point in me trying to read that out. But I'm guessing we aren't trying to work out the code just by looking at it, but instead are supposed to infer it from looking at something else. So first of all, let's look inside the room. Right. Oh, I'm not sure how helpful this is going to be. There's a black alien there. And there's another one peeking out from behind a sand dune. Oh, there's a red alien there. I think it is red. It looks orange on the camera, I know. And there's an alien peeking out there, but that looks white. And the one at the back there looks black, possibly. And the one in the middle is maybe blue. I don't know. On the top, it's just some suns or some moons or whatever. I don't immediately see how anything in this room is going to help us. So perhaps in actual fact, we really are just translating this. But no, there must be more to it, because first of all, what's the point of these poses? Are they showing how much the letters are shifting through the alphabet or something? That's, I think, quite fanciful. What is the purpose of this? And what are these pictures of? If I go back to this view of the calendar, then on each door we've opened, what's on the back of them? Is this showing the outside of the doors? We've got shapes, obviously. On the back of this door, there's a bit of blue glass or something. On here, it's blank. We've opened door 3 up here, and that's blank. And where's door 2? Here. Oh, that's got something on as well. So in fact, the 2 doors have got that on. Doors 1 and 2. But I don't see how that's going to help with this puzzle. No doubt it's relevant to something else. I have to say that usually when I look at a puzzle first, I have an idea how to solve it. That idea may be wrong, but I don't have any idea here except to just brute force translate the text by looking for some patterns, because there probably are some. But that doesn't seem like it's the intended route. I'm going to have to read the text again, I think. The planet is called Murmilor. Do you speak Murmilorian? No, me neither. If you want to talk to them, you have to learn the language. And what does it mean? It is best not to tear out the calendar page before reading. Anyone reading this has a clear advantage. Oh, No, I was going to say we're looking at the... Wait, hang on a minute. What would be, if we hadn't torn it out, we'd just be seeing the top of the notepad above, because I've already torn out the previous days. What else is in here? That doesn't seem relevant to today. It is best not to tear out this page before reading. Anyone reading this has a clear advantage. What does that mean? Does it matter it's a white alien? I will say that probably we are deleting certain letters. These words are probably not just converting letter by letter into English, because there are no short words here. Normally you have plenty of words like the, of, in, and they're all, 1, 2, 3, 4 letters long. And there's only 1 3-letter word here, and all the rest are longer. So I don't think we are just shifting them through the alphabet or something, which clearly it's not hinted at anyway. And I mean, there's a lot of S's, you can delete the S's and things like that. But if you do that, you end up with OAY, even just deleting letters, for example. I don't see a word at the end, and that's never going to be a word. It's got no vowels in. But clearly there are a ridiculous number of S's in that. Okay, so the key to things must also be this. What are these stripes? It's not referring to these stripes, is it? I don't think. Oh, look, it's the exit. It's the instruction books. Instruction books have got these stripes on. So we put them together like this. I nearly didn't see that. I don't know what I was going to do. Like this? Oh, I can't see now. That doesn't help. Oh, on the back of the box, I noticed on the first day that there was something weird about the way the books were shown here. Yes, look, that picture is of this, isn't it? That's the arrangement. So we're making some progress. Excellent. It's hinting to look at this. On Murmur Law, you should look to the right after every S. Oh, I was close. I was close to decoding that card. All right, let's underline the letters next to S's. All right, so it says the green Mimolian, whatever they're called, will point the way. Okay, so now we go back to here, and the green one is pointing the way. So I'm guessing that is showing us a number, because every day we are looking for a 3-digit number to put into our decoder, and then that will then show us where to find the next unlabelled door. But he has got, if he was pointing at another, say he had a number, how fingers he was holding up, and was pointing at another alien, and that was pointing at a third, and it was pointing off the picture, I'd say, well, that's it. So I mean, you would say he was holding up 2 here, but how else is he indicating a number? He'll point the way. Is he pointing up before I tear it out? Is that what's happening? Is that what it means by transparent? Is he pointing at the other side of the card? Not noticeably. It just points at December. It's best not to tear out the calendar page before reading. What does it mean before solving? But all that was originally in this page before is the day 4, which would have been folded up like that. So it was like that. I don't think that helps. So we found the alien, and I don't think the aliens inside the room were relevant. So what is he pointing at? Maybe it's not even a 2, maybe he's pointing at something. If I put the page back in here and fold it this way, he's pointing at the next day if I haven't attached it. The green alien is pointing at the word sheet, which I don't think is particularly helpful. Carefully tear out the calendar sheet before reading. This is tomorrow's story. And there's more down the bottom of the page, but I think it's part of tomorrow's puzzle. It's also, for what it's worth, I can see blank on the back. So what on earth is going on here? Maybe we're meant to look at this upside down, this page? I don't see how that helps. The green one will lead the way. I don't think he looks like a number upside down, and I don't think any of the other aliens do. I don't think that fits on here either, in any particular way. It's not like it matches with the aliens. I'm stuck. I don't see anything else on the calendar that's going to help us. And I just took a look in the room again, and that didn't help. So we've got this text. It is best not to tear out the calendar page before reading. Because that doesn't seem to make any sense, I'm going to interpret that as meaning it's best not to tear it out before solving. So presumably, the placement of this page in here is key to the puzzle. But how? It was folded in like this, right? And he's pointing at sheet, which doesn't look like a number. If I draw a straight line from where he's pointing, there are no numbers on this page. I don't think. I mean, there's 10, but that's only because I just covered short and that's just chance. And just for completeness, there's nothing at the bottom of the page that's relevant. This is referring to nuts, and this is talking about nuts. I think this is tomorrow's puzzle, purely. If I turn it around, And don't tear it out. Is it pointing at the 6? Is this meant to be a number? Maybe it's saying 2, 9, 1? It's a bit desperate, right? So one other thought is that he's pointing at something hidden really well on the page. This is tomorrow, 6th of December. This is where he was before I tore it out. Because I took it literally, it said tear it out after reading. Is there anything hidden on this page that he could be pointing at? Not that I can see. And if he's pointing over the page, down onto here, I don't see anything hidden on here. I wrote the translation on here, by the way, and I also miswrote it and had to fix it. So the only thing I can think of, if I put this page back in here, is that it's pointing at something that's got lost in the spine of the book. So this was attached to here, right? Oh, there's nothing there. I thought maybe there'd be some secret... Oh, wait, what's that? Oh, my God. I can barely see that. Oh, you can see it now. 450. Is that 450? You can see from my fingers how small that is. And it's buried in the seam of the book. Is that clever or is that really mean? Maybe it's both. Maybe it's clever and mean. That's pretty hard. I think saying beginner on the front of the calendar is tough because this message here, don't detach it until you've read it, is not really strictly accurate. It should say don't detach until you've solved the puzzle. I guess they wanted to be vague because otherwise if you read that you know what to do. Just to give you an idea of how hard I had to bend that to find that number, that's what's happened to the cover of the book now. It's going to look great on future days, isn't it? Anyway, 450. There we go, 4, 5, that was pretty near the middle, 0. And if we now get our calendar back, we can see where 450 will lead us to. So we were at door 5, which is here, and we go up, down left, which takes us to here, and then up takes us to here. And hopefully we have plus moon, moon. So there we go. We have found where door 6 is, and we can write it on the calendar. Goodness me, that was a tough puzzle. Or at least I found it that way. I'd love to know how you got on if you've got the calendar. I guess it depends on whether you're the sort of person who will tear out the pages to try and keep everything clean and tidy. And I kind of have to do that because otherwise the book starts to bulge up on camera when I fold it over and then it tilts and the text is hard to read. But if you're not detaching your pages, probably that was a lot easier. But I'd love to know if that's true or not. So do feel free to comment down below. Also, please feel free to check out some of these other Advent Calendar solves I'm doing this December. But otherwise, till I see you in a future or past video, all that remains is to say take care and goodbye.